Hi everyone, this is Patricia Lamoine vlogging from the Surviving Eating blog on healthyplace.com. So today I wanted to talk to you about something that I think is actually really neat and that you will probably get a lot of satisfaction and fulfillment in either discovering or maybe just talking about it with some of the people around you and thinking about it on your own. So it's really important. It's actually instrumental for me in my recovery to connect with like-minded individual and to take action in my own community as an eating disorder survivor, as someone with lived experience with bulimia. I would say that connecting with people who've been there and also connecting with people who, are currently struggling and that I can give peer support to, as well as connecting overall with, as a private citizen, with either organizations, government bodies that can take action and ask for my support as someone who is, out there in the community, makes a really big difference in how I feel about my recovery maintenance. Because I'm in that stage. If you've read my previous post, on the blog that Jess and I write, we have stories that are parallel, with our eating disorders, and we're at different stages, of recovery. But I think that the one thing that we both have in common on this blog is that we're making our way, through life as eating disorder survivors. And it can take many different shapes and forms, like recovery. And one of the things that is really important, I think, is that if you've been given a second chance, a second shot at living a healthy and happy life without, the struggle of ED, it's important to give back. So yes, recovery is a choice, and it wasn't easy. It's not like it just happened. And when I say given a second chance, what I mean is that if you were fortunate enough to have the right support, the right network around you, and to yourself also, do the hard work, it should count for something. And I think there's great ways that you can help people around you. So why get involved in your community? First of all, as a private citizen, we often think, there's nothing, what will it do for me to take action? Sure, to write a petition, to add my name to this, to write a letter to my, member of parliament here in Canada, or to get involved, at different level of Congress in the States, if that's where you're at. And I think that we get caught up in what will it do in the bigger scheme of things. And you know what? I think that you have to be a little bit selfish perhaps and realize that it might not change things overnight, bigger picture, but baby steps will make a difference in the long term. When you find yourself being involved and taking action, it definitely will. You will share your story, or you will hear the story of others, and volunteering and devoting some of your time to a worthy cause, and in this case, I'm more talking about, something that's related to mental illness and mental health, and more specifically, eating disorders. It will connect you with like-minded individuals, people that have either struggled with the disease the way that you have, the way that I have, or it will make you connect with people that have similar struggles with other diseases and other diagnoses. And there's great comfort in being able to talk to a group of people who absolutely knows where you come from, and who can see that in my case, I consider that I can greatly benefit from giving peer support, and it helps me stay on track. You will see that you probably share some of the values and outlooks on life. If you've shared the same struggles, you probably share the same outcomes as well. If you've actually decided to take action in a positive way to make your life better. So I would really encourage you for that reason. And secondly, I would encourage you because, as I've mentioned before, you can absolutely make a difference in your corner of the world. I've been very fortunate in connecting over time with organizations and government bodies that have really given me the space to open up and share my story and be part of national strategies that really do make a difference. I'll probably probably talk more about that in the upcoming weeks, because I have a couple of things that I'm really fortunate to be involved in, and be given the opportunity to speak in front of a group of people and share my story. So we'll share more about that in a couple of weeks when a few things kind of take place. But in the meantime, I want to tell you that don't think that because things don't change overnight that it won't make a difference, that your involvement won't, because it does over time. And of course, it's easy for all of us to remain silent, about things like mental illness or eating disorders, and just kind of like suffer in silence. Nothing will change if we do that. It's very easy to ignore silence, but you can't really ignore X amount of voices that are standing up. And sometimes, and in my case, I'll leave you with that. I think that if you've made it, and if you've gone past your struggles, you have a responsibility in helping others, get to that point and cross that bridge. So I hope that you actually share some of your success stories with me. Please write comments, write to Jess and I. It's always a pleasure for us to read you. And I hope you have a wonderful beginning of spring or spring break, I think, as it's turning out in the next few weeks. So we'll speak soon, and I hope that you're doing well in your recovery story. And please feel free to share your comments with us.